Because you realize that all this fucking years, all this time, you've been taking care of everyone else around you, but you stopped taking care of you. You stopped feeding that fire, but the fire was still there. And that's the reason that in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of chaos, you dare to go into the darkness. Find your light. So we had to adapt, adjust, and execute. But this time with a deeper purpose, with a bigger vision. I realized that I had to bring more certainty with my family, more certainty with my team, more certainty to my community, because certainty became the new currency. I realized that life has prepared me for this moment. In the moment of chaos where destiny is shaped. It's the moment of chaos when leaders like you begin to rise. When we actually break through the fears.
It's a motherfucking choice, let's go!
And believe that we're here with a purpose. Because 2020 has made me stronger. Every single obstacle, every single challenge has brought me to this moment. And this is the moment that you've been called to lead. So my intention for you is to realize that every single day, life is giving you exactly what you need to level up. And the only thing that God and the universe want you to do is to have absolute certainty that you're being guided.
Fuck your legacy!
Certainty doesn't mean that you know everything. Certainty doesn't mean that you have to figure everything out. Certainty means that you know that you're here with a purpose. So even though 2020 has punched me in the face, I'm stronger than ever.
Is that all you fucking got?
I'm clearer than ever. My vision is being fulfilled. And every single day that I've called men like you into my life, I am grateful. Because every single one of you has played a big role in who I am today. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that the best is yet to come. Learn it, live it, experience it, love life. Every man has a choice. The choice to level up, or the choice to play small. What you experienced today was the opportunity for you to give yourself the permission to play bigger. Because every single one of you felt that energy. When you were tapping into the fear, when you tap into your darkness, you felt it. And probably for the first time in a long time, you embodied it. I saw the shift of every single one of you here in the Zoom meeting. When you went from a high to a fucking low, and then you were free. Free. To be able to experience life at your fullest. Now, it doesn't mean that your challenges went away. It doesn't mean by doing this system and this process, things are gonna go away. No, it means that now you have the capacity to fucking execute. Now it means the capacity for you to do something about your situation. Because the truth is that nothing is going to change unless you fucking change. What you're doing is not working, so therefore it should break through the idea that if you do nothing, shit is going to change. Simple, but not easy. Simple, but most men won't do it. I'm proud to be around men that know what it's like to lose the edge. I know also what it's like to come back from the darkness, to find it again. It's easy to have the edge one time and maybe succeed one time, but the truest test is, can you pick yourself up once you've fallen? Can you do it again once you've fallen? Maybe not once, not twice, 3, 4, as many times as necessary for you to continue to live your purpose. That's what we experienced today. You spent 6 hours with me. What you've done is giving yourself the permission to go all fucking in. So where do we go from here? Now we have the tools. Now you see all these crazy men in here that are vouching by the system and this process. I know when you share in those rooms, you open up yourself, and maybe some of you are little, maybe some of you are a lot, maybe some of you still have like the permission to give yourself to actually be open, but it doesn't stop here. We will continue this conversation because it's an ongoing conversation that every man right now needs to have. The reality is that depression is the highest killer right now of every single man from 34 to 60 right now. The guilt and shame is killing silently men right now. We need to stop hiding in the shadows and come into the fucking light and talk about this shit. And not just talk about feeling bad, not talking about it so we can find the solutions and we can follow a process that will allow us. Maybe this is not the right process for you. Maybe this is so fucking crazy. All I know is that this shit works for me. And this has worked for many of these men that you see here. And if nothing else, give yourself the permission to do something. Don't stay in the problem. Don't stay in the darkness. It takes courage to raise your hand, to log into a fucking Zoom meeting, to be crazy enough to be here, which that still blows me away. We've only lost like 10% of you guys in the Zoom meeting. Every single one of you is still engaged, is still here. Some of you guys haven't peed in 6 hours. It's fucking amazing. At the end of the day, every single one of us is here with the same purpose, to level the fuck up on me. Because if you don't do it, who? Who will suffer if you don't level up? What's at risk if you don't do something about it? Who will suffer? You see, the push and the pull. If you have those two clears, then that's the moment you realize that every single fucking day you have leverage. You have leverage to show up. You have leverage to fucking shine. You have leverage to be able to go above and beyond and not give a fuck what other people think, because most people are not going to be in your shoes. We have over 50,000 men that sold this invitation, and yet we have 100 men that showed up. Because most men don't know what the edge is. Most men don't know what leadership is. Most men are waiting for the magic pill. But you're here because you know that if you don't fucking level up, there's a bigger risk. This is what we do. We create value. And now I'm going to bring into the stage the reason why I do what I do, the leverage that God has on me. About 6 months ago, when my wife and I got sick, I got better almost immediately after 3 or 4 weeks. But she didn't. She actually went into almost like a liver failure. Her enzymes in her liver were going through the roof, and you know, obviously Bart was coaching us through it so I wouldn't lose my fucking mind, but I was afraid. I was scared. And after Bart says, Raul, don't worry, the liver is one of the most it's the strongest fucking organ that takes a beating and it could heal itself. And that put me at ease, but then at the same time, the doctors were telling us, we have to prepare for the worst. Prepare for a liver transplant.
I remember that he was.
And that's the moment that my faith was tested, truly. Because every morning I will go in through my ritual and I will plead with God to save my queen. For the past 6 months, we've been in this journey of healing. And last week, we celebrated our 21st anniversary. And I did this video, thank you. And I did this video for her, and This video I don't think is in social media or in Facebook or anything like that. I just did it for her, and I surprised her in the middle of our podcast to show this video because it's truly a testimony of what she's done for me. So when I share this video with you, and then afterwards I welcome my queen into the stage.
I remember like it was yesterday, the first day that I saw you. You looked like an angel that just came down from heaven. My world stood still that moment, and I said to myself, that's the girl I'm gonna marry one day. The funny thing is I didn't even know your name. All I knew was that your soul recognized my soul, and they met again in this lifetime. We became friends, but my plan was always to steal your heart. I waited patiently for the right moment. I know that I say that you were the one who kissed me first, but I had planted that seed the first day that we met. We were just kids back then. We fell in love and we thought it was gonna last forever. So we got married, we had kids, and we thought that we were gonna live happily ever after, but nobody told us that marriage would be the hardest thing that we'll ever do in our lives. We both tried not to kill each other the first decade, but at the same time, we began to grow apart. The things that you loved about me, you started to detest. And the things that I used to love about you began to trigger me. I don't know about you, but many nights I wonder if we were gonna make it. We started with lots of dreams, but little by little those dreams seem to be so far away. So how do we do it? How do we make it this far? I began to remember. To remember the feeling when I saw you the first day. To remember that you're my angel, not my enemy. I began to work on me and to stop judging you, and I focus on all the good things that you have instead of the things that I wanted you to change. And little by little, we began to shift. It didn't happen overnight. We both began to remember that it's not the first time that our souls match. We've played this game before, over and over again, but we always promise to come back to each other. I can honestly say that today, I love you more than I ever did. And I can promise you without a shadow of a doubt that tomorrow I will love you even more. Because you're my queen in this lifetime or the next. I was born to love you. I was born to cherish you. I was born to make sure that every single day you feel love, you feel connected, you feel passion. Because your soul called my soul. We're connected again. And you help me remember who I am. And we promise together that every time one of us forgets, the other one will help remember. Remember, this is the game that we always play. This is the polarity of the king and the queen. At the moment that I see your soul meeting my soul, we realize that our love will expand and transcend this lifetime and the next. I live to love you. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. This is my queen, the woman that I wouldn't say has always believed in me, but I saw in me what I didn't see in myself. Like I said, the first time I saw her, I said, this is the woman I want to marry. She had even no idea who I was. I didn't know her name, but at that moment I knew that our souls connected. It was a deeper connection. But yes, like many fairy tales, they don't end up in a fairy tale. It was a fucking nightmare. But the moment that I took ownership and I realized that I had to work on myself, then I started to see the queen that she is. So Vivian, I honor you. You're my queen. These are the members of the kingdom inner circle that will continue to take this to the next level. And now we have a bunch of crazy motherfuckers that have been watching us for six hours. So I want to open up the floor and the opportunity for you to share something that will be useful for them to take home to their marriages. And when I told Vivian about this, my first hesitation was, I don't want you to come, because last time that this happened, we ended up in the hospital. But she said, I need to be there. There's something calling me to be here to serve. So please give her a hand.
So many emotions just running through my body. I am humbled just to be here in this room all over again. And listen, the first thing, fear always wants to take over. And anything that we do, there's just little seed that just is there. It's planted in us, right? It's our primal that always wants to protect us. And when Raul told me he was doing the event, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to go back in that room. And it just brings so much memories, like good and bad, because I've been through so much with my body. And at the same time, that is when God reminds us that it's not about us, it's what he does through us. And I got sick, long story short, like everything inside my body just broke down. And I want to thank each and every one of you, the ones that are here that actually send me so many beautiful messages that help me through the process. And that is the kingdom. That is what Raul has been working so hard to continue to grow. And I reaped those benefits because God orchestrates so beautifully what he wants to happen. And I want to be here. I wanted to be here to really thank you, each and every one of you, for those words of encouragement, for the words of love, for the words that when I was feeling so down that I really couldn't pick myself up, those words did. So I wanted to thank you, each and every one of you. You know who you are. You're so dear to my heart, each and every one of you. And I wanted to be here also for the men that are in this virtual call. And just, if I could tell you like 3 things, I think that was kind of like the message that I kept hearing, like 3 things, 3 takeaways that I would say from all of this is, what is the intention? You know, intention is huge in anything that we do. When you wake up in the morning, if your higher self or God or the stars, the moon, the universe, whoever it is, like if you just pause and not really go so quickly into, you know, your phone or your emails or whatever it is that you need to do, but pause and actually set the intention of what you want that day to look like, of what you want your marriage to look like, of what you want your health, your body, your day, your words, whatever you want it to look like. Just take a minute, take a deep breath in and allow God, love, the universe just to flow through you and for that intention to be set. The second thing I would say is repetition. Something that Raul and I have gotten so big on after I got sick, it's repetition. Repeating our rituals. And we repeat them every single morning and every single night, and we can like in between. And whatever that is for you, find it. What is your recipe that brings that aliveness into your body, into your marriage, into your kids, into the community, into this world? What is that recipe for you? And you know, I think of like this little like pebble that you drop in the water, and it has this beautiful like ripple effect. And the pebble could be very little when you start, when the beginning, when you're just starting. And the rock could get bigger. And the rock, when you start to throw it, and I have this image of like your guys having this heavy rock and holding it up and just dropping it into the ocean. And maybe for some of you, we're just letting go of that baggage. But just imagine like this rock, this big rock that you throw into the ocean, and it has this ripple effect. And that's what it is when you have this intention. You create the intention, and you create this ripple effect around you, and how everything starts to change. And it already started to change because you guys are already here making that change. The world that you guys live in, the world that we live in will never be the same, because there are decisions that have been made, decisions that you guys need to take back home. The one little thing that you could do to have that ripple effect on everything around you or everyone around you. So I know for me that is big, and God has an amazing, loving, perfect, everything that he does for me and with me is just, I ask him for that guidance. And again, Raul said we're not preaching here about God, but we're preaching more about love and the intention that we need to have in order for us to live this life to our fullest, authentic. Which brings me to the last thing, which is, what do you believe in? What feels right to you? What is your alignment? And a lot of the times, we hear things. You could hear something from Raul or from the internet, from another mentor. Whatever it is, take it. Take a minute to pause and ask yourself, what is in alignment to what I believe in? What does God want from me right now? And how do I interpret that into my life? Because a lot of the times we could tell you something, you could hear something, but what is in alignment to you? What feels right now? Sometimes we are making, we're worried about the past, but we're not worried about what's happening in front of us. So take a minute to figure out, what is it that I need right now to make that change? What is the one thing that I could do? And, most of the times when I want to kill Raul and he's doing something, I'm like, oh my God, it still drives me insane. We still have problems. We still have, issues and all these things. But I ask myself, what is the one thing that I could do right now to have this ripple effect, not only on today, but on the rest of the day, on the rest of the people around me? So those are 3 things that I would say to you. Intention is a huge thing. Intention of what you want in your life and the people around you. Repetition. Continue to do them over and over again. Even if you feel tired of having the same celery juice in the morning, continue to drink it over and over again, because I know that it will have a deep impact on you, on your family, on the people around you. And find what is in alignment with you. Now what somebody tells you. Allow God, love, the universe to really give you that wisdom. What is it for you that you need to be in alignment with? Because when you have those 3 things, it's just such a beautiful synchronicity, and it's so effortless. And I know that our marriage, it's just effortless because we're not each other's enemies. Because I am complete without Raul, and Raul is complete without me. But we choose to be together. We choose to love each other and outdo the love. That's one of the biggest things that we've really incorporated this year. It's what do we need to have in our lives? We definitely need more adventure. We definitely need more love. You think that you have love? Give more. Outdo each other in a relationship. And then you'll see how loved and seen your partner, your lover feels. I love you. I honor you. I'm so happy to be by your side. I'm so happy to be in this room. You guys have no idea how happy I am. And I told Raul, I said, I don't care. I'm going to hug each and every one of them. I have my mask. I love you guys. Thank you for always believing in yourselves, because that's the minute that everything changes. I could believe in you all day long, but you have to believe in yourselves in order for your marriages to change. And I've seen the transition. I feel the transition in each and every one of you. And I'm so proud of you, each and every one of you.
Give a hand, guys. Love you. Stand up, everyone stand up. Stand up, guys, everybody in there. Take a deep breath in. I want you to close your eyes. Now is the moment for you to anchor everything that we experience right now. The last 6 hours for some of you feels like 30 minutes. Some of you feels like a week. You enter this meeting with the intention to learn something, one thing. And we talk about the system and the process that allows you to create a framework for you to see the possibilities. The 7K system, body, being, business, bonds, accountability, daily rituals, and King's Code, allowing you to keep track of your life. And we talked about health. Where do you need to level up your health? Where can you increase the energy? Where do you need to be able to access more energy, more power by feeding your body? Then we heard Daniel talk about the economy. How right now there's opportunities everywhere as long as you have the right emotional intelligence to take advantage of the market. And then you share your experiences, you share with one another, you connected, you create a community here. You were part of the community and you took advantage of this time. You doubled down on yourself and you started believing other men that have the same problem, but they were able to overcome the problems, and you listen and hear from them every single time. You felt more energized, you felt more certain. And it took you through the ritual, the process, anchoring through energy, gratitude, energy, fear, visualization, and we put all that mix together and we bottle it in. Create a cocktail of opportunity. That you heard from my queen. How important love is. Without health, without love, there is no success. Take a deep breath in. Now from this place, I'm going to make the decision of where you're going to be the next 30 days. Make the decision of where you're going to be the next 30 days, the next 100 days. There's very few men who have the courage to show up and fucking lead. Count of 3, when you open your eyes and write down everything that you experience as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3. Have a seat and write down whatever's coming through right now. Where you're gonna be, who do you need to become, what's coming through right now. Write down. I'm going to listen to my voice. Listen to my voice and write down. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. All you need to do is believe. A light inside of you. Because we see you here. We see you, Chase. We see you, Ben. We see you, Kevin. Liber, Steve, Santiago, Tom, Raul, Bruce, Fernando, we see you. Hard as fuck right now to be a man. We don't know what to fucking say sometimes because people get offended. We don't know what people want us to be. We play small. It's time for you to give yourself the permission Stop trying to please everyone. Stop trying to be a good boy. And remember, you're born to be a great man. You must face your pain on a daily basis. Shit that most men are not willing to do. And yet you're here for 5-6 hours. You fucking sit down there and you roll down your fucking journal and you fucking give it everything you fucking have. Because you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed, Daniel. You don't need to be fixed, Akil. You don't need to be fixed, Jess. All you need to fucking know is that you have to remember who the fuck you are. The moment you remember, you give yourself the permission to become the light. And the moment that you become the light, then now your responsibility is to share the light and become the light for somebody else. And that's what this man are doing here in this fucking room. Because they pay the price. Now they're paying it back by becoming the light. Want the man in this room to stand up and see the screen. See the screen. See every single one of this man's faces. This man are you. This man had the same fucking pain, Brooks, that you had just 6 months ago. This man had the same fucking pain, Daniel, you had 4 years ago. And the same struggle that you had a month ago, Justin. This man are you, Jew. And when you were dying with a heart attack, God didn't bring you back for you. He brought you back for them. This is what you do when you shine your fucking light, Miguel. This is who you impact, Bart. And you stop playing fucking small. This man, Gary, I need to hear your fucking story. This is the army, Joe, that you saw. Christian, these are the men that need you to fucking lead. These are the men, Robert, that need to hear your fucking story. These are the men, David, that will need your fucking strength and leadership. This is why we're here. So I want to thank every single one of you. Because this has been truly a transformation for me. Being able to see that the energy can transmit without being physically here, but you're spiritually here with us. We feel every single one of you. And remember, you are the motherfucking edge. I am the edge. I am the edge. I am the edge. I am the edge. And I will not be denied. I want every single one of the men in the Zoom to fucking stand up right now. Stand up. And let every single one of them, no, keep it going. Sing every single one of them. Feel your fucking energy. I am the edge. 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 And I will not be denied. Feel what it feels like to shine your light. Feel what it feels like to own the shit that you went through. Right now we have 100 men watching this. Soon we'll have thousands of men. So that means that we have to fucking level up and increase our capacity to fucking lead. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to know that if you choose to be part of this, you're going to be choosing to be part of something greater than you. That every single time that you wear the fucking t-shirt, you're representing the possibilities of who you could become. That this is the moment that you fucking choose to fucking lead. Because this is not about one man, it's not about me, it's about an entire community of men leading, standing for something. Because this world needs more fucking leaders. And the world of uncertainty, the time of uncertainty, The world is calling you to come out of the fucking shadows. The world is calling you to start believing in what you can do. The world is calling you to fucking level up and lead. Because this is not a fucking show. This is not a fucking gimmick. This is who you are. This is who you're destined to be. You have to believe that with every single fucking cell in your body. And you have any fucking doubt, see this man right here. Amen. See this man right here. And together, we'll rise. We'll level up. The best is yet to come. I am the edge. I am the edge. I am the edge. And I will not be denied. And I will not be denied. I am a fucking leader. I am the fucking storm. And nothing get in my fucking way. Nothing get in my fucking way. 2 claps. Next level, 2 claps. Next level, 2 claps. Next level. Thank you, brothers, for being with me in this Zoom experience. I hope that if we don't ever meet again, you've received value from this and connected with us in a deep level. And those who choose to roll with us in the next 100 days, welcome to the Brotherhood. We'll continue to fight for freedom and become the light into the darkness.
Nothing beats proximity, and it's hard to put into words how powerful it can be.
We're having tough times, and I've got somebody to go to.
Being a part of a community of guys that get me.
I was able to uncover something very deep.
Great to be able to talk to people who have the same kind of like-mindedness and understanding.
And we lift each other up, we hold each other accountable.
They were able to raise me back up.
The power that we receive from the community that surrounds us, it allows for us to push through that fear.
Not living out of fear anymore, living out of expansion.
This community offers me so much.
Focused on helping each other, which is something you don't see a lot.
Energy from new guys coming in.
The energy that you get out of it, I think is fantastic.
You have to be here and experience this.
Don't be distracted from the events in the world. Those things are going to happen. They're going to come and go. Just like a storm that comes and goes, we can decide how to react.
Where the rest of the world feeling so uncertain and lost. It's our responsibility, it's our gift to be able to give that certainty.